Hello, my friends. I hope you are well. Today I'm here with a really exciting project, Multimodal RAG with image query, deployed on Hugging Face with Gradio software development kit. Actually, I just checked internet and YouTube. I found some really great video related to multimodal RAG. Most of them actually were in Google Colab, in Jupyter Notebook, or 100% locally. So this was my main motivation to make this application for public and deploy the cloud. So let me actually explain a little bit about this application. After that, we will test this application and then I explain line by line the codes and two important challenge I had when I tried to deploy this application on cloud. You can see this multimodal RAG combines text and image processing to provide more context-aware response. And for this demo, I use ColPali, Byaldi, and Qwen VL2 billion instruct model. First of all, thanks to open source community for ColPali and Byaldi, I will explain about both of them. And the Qwen model is amazing. There are a collection of models for Qwen. You can use any of them you want, but in my case, I prefer to use Qwen to vision language 2 billion instruct. That's fair enough. That's fair enough for me. But if you have a powerful GPU or if you have access to powerful GPU and enough RAM, you can use 7 billion parameters model or other models. I talked about ColPali. That is amazing. I just can say that is amazing. ColPali, efficient document retrieval with vision language. And that's a really great open source library. You can use it. You can actually check the ColPali architecture and list of Col vision models you can use. In my case, I've used ColPali v1.2. However, I test all of them. All of them works great. Even the models it actually currently not supported. The setup is really easy, and you just need to actually check the documentation. And even they provided good example how to integrate this ColPali with other application. So it's great. And another one is Byaldi. And if you check the Byaldi, you can find this GitHub repo, and Byaldi actually uh, is it's in the pre-release version of Byaldi, and actually you can report and you can contribute this library if you want. It's a great mini sister project. I did mention that's a mini sister project. A simple wrapper around the ColPali to make it more easier to use ColPali, and just you can actually read it and you can actually understand how good is that. So this is the technologies I have used for this multimodal RAG with image query. Uh, Again, you don't need to deploy this application, but actually because I didn't find any video about how to deploy this application in the cloud like Hugging Face with Gradio, it was my main motivation to make this application. I use this very nice user interface with Gradio. You can check how beautiful this user interface is that. And please, if you find this space useful, if you find this application useful, please like this space. It's really easy. Just click on this like, and there is a well-documented GitHub repository for this application. This is my GitHub repository, arad1367, the same of my space in Hugging Face, arad1367. Please like my GitHub repository. I have written for you all codes, all necessaries, the table of contents, introduction, features, technology use, how to install that, clone, everything line by line is explained here. So if you think that that is useful, please like this repo, and it can be really heartwarming for me. Okay, let's test the application. For test, I want to use this document first. And the multimodal rag is exactly this one. It means that you have some PDF, some documents, there are some image figures inside, and you like to extract information, you like to chat with this information. For example, here it's the sales reports from Hexasync and their revenue order, day, a lot of more information, and it's just one page. But after that, I will show you another paper that's 21 pages, and it's the same. There's not any different how many pages you have, and you can use this application. For example, here I want to ask what is the revenue for sales reports? 81.63 million. Okay, just ask it. First of all, just drag the report here, drop the report here. And after that, I want to ask what is the number of revenue in sales report of Hexasync. That's all. It takes a little bit time, and you can duplicate this space for private use. You have access to my LinkedIn, GitHub, live demo of my PhD defense, Qwen to model, Byaldi, and ColPali, and everything is clear here. And you have access to all codes in the files part and in my GitHub repo as well. And you can see here the answer is 81.63 million. That is exactly this number, and that is amazing. I put another part, another output. It's maybe interesting for you. What is that? It's number of image in PDF. And you can see we had just one image. It was one big image, and it's actually access to number of image. It's the kind of check. We can check, okay, this application worked great because it has access to all image, even the number of image. Let's check another paper. This is another paper I just randomly downloaded from internet. It's a paper to the use of computer vision to analyze brand-related user-generated image content. I just actually downloaded it randomly, and there are good pictures in the paper. You can check there are some figure. For example, here we have this picture, and let's select one of them. For example, this picture. It's not bad to use this one. This picture is, oh, okay, again. This picture. It's written to plot to access output label similarities of image for different brands, BMW, Ford, and Ferrari. Let's ask what is the figure 2 about, okay? Figure 2 image. Just check it. And my expectation is to see these brands, okay? So let's drop this paper here. And let's ask this question in figure 2. Plot to access outputs label similarities of image of which brands, for example. Just submit it and just wait. It takes a little bit time, but it's too fast. It's really good, and we can see the answer in the second. Okay, beautiful. You can see it's written to brands like BMW, Ford, and Ferrari, and we have 12 different images in this PDF. That's good. It seems that it works good. Please work with this application. If you have any issue, if you have any problem, please contact with me. You can actually have access to my LinkedIn, GitHub, and you can send me email. That's okay. or if you like, you can participate in this project. Every participation is welcome. Okay. Let's explain the code. Before that, again, there's a really good documentation here. You can see it's actually it's in my GitHub repository, and there's introduction, features, technology use, how to install, requirement.txt. I have actually shared everything with you, and let's check the code. It's app.py. First of all, because I deploy this application in the Hugging Face for local installation, you don't need to use import space. I just make it comment because it's related to zero GPU, and you don't need to use it if you have a GPU in your system. And for example, if you work with the Colab or you use any server that has GPU, you don't need to actually import spaces. It's just for deployment with Hugging Face and Gradio. The same of this part of the code, I have a really challenge with that. Actually, there is a module we need to install is propeller utils, and there is not a direct way to install it in a Hugging Face. I tried first to use this setup that sh. My expectation was Hugging Face consider this setup that sh, but I don't know why, but it didn't consider that. And so it was the easiest way. I just actually make this function, install properly, try, and if it's not installed, just install it. Just consider in Hugging Face, you cannot use sudo apt, and just use apt get update and apt get install -y popular utils. So don't use sudo here because you are not root in the Hugging Face. Okay. This is the only difference between the deployment version of the code and the local development of this program. And we use the sub process to install and run actually popular utils and flash attention. Okay. So sub process actually help us a lot, and it's a good way to install these modules. And then we just make this RAG. We use this model. It's a pre-trained models from the Hugging Face. I just copy these models from the Hugging Face. I use 2 billion instruct parameter models. And you can use actually any model you want in Qwen. If you have a good GPU, if you have a good RAM, you can use 7 billion parameter models. But I think that there's not any difference, and both of them work great. I just check it. And you don't need a space GPU here. Exactly, again, it's related to Hugging Face 0 GPU, and you don't need it for local development. It's a really easy function, process PDF and query. It's an easy function. If you are familiar with Python, you can understand it's very fast. I just use this parameters, PDF file, and user query. Very nice function, and after that the most important part is it returns output text and number of images. It means that it returns two different outputs. One of them is the description we need, and another one is the number of image in the PDF. I just added some CSS to make it more stylish, and if you don't like, you can actually delete this part of the code, the CSS part. And I just add some explanation, some footers, and finally Gradio blocks. In Gradio blocks, I use this theme, the Dracula revamped. It's a really good theme. I like it. And a GRHTML explanation and duplicate button. And finally, the demo is launched. The easy code, I think that anybody can actually understand this code. There's nothing special about that, but the important thing is how you want to use and manage. Put it in the order and use in a perfect way. Okay, so about requirements, you can check we have spaces again. If you use it locally, you don't need to actually put the space in the requirement.txt. And in the local development, you need to put propeller here, but in the Hugging Face, you need to delete propeller utils because we install it with subprocess. Okay, and that's all about this application. And again, about Qwen, you can use any model you want. And again, I actually kindly ask you, if you actually enjoy this video, if the application is useful for you, please repost this uh, post and reshare it for your friends. Please like this repository, multimodal rank with image query, and please like my uh, Hugging Face repository related to this application. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye.